Good afternoon, guys, and welcome to today's market update. My name is Alejandro Zambrano, Global Chief Market Strategist with ATFX in London. Let's take a look at the Chinese stock markets and talk a little bit about trade wars. As you might know, in about 12 hours time, the US may actually increase tariffs on imports from China. And that, as we already know, have caused the Chinese stock market to decline, but also US stock markets and other currency pairs like, for example, pound yen, euro yen, and Aussie dollar yen are as well lower. So that may happen in about 12 hours time. Now, let's take a look at the Chinese stock market to get a little bit of an idea of what's going on over there and what might actually happen maybe in the next few weeks, especially if they introduce tariffs. Now, so I have been sharing this idea that we have a small head and shoulders in this market, having a head here, left shoulder, and a right shoulder in this daily chart. Now, that setup triggered on the 6th of May, following those comments by Donald Trump, and the pattern itself suggested about a 6.5% decline. Now, the market has reached that target, did that earlier today, and we might see some sort of profit taking. But if we have a bit of imagination here and sort of try to look beyond what's going on in the very short term, what may happen going forward? Well, I think that if there's no delay in the market, or sorry, no delay in introducing tariffs or some sort of a bounce, then the market could just be creating a larger head and shoulders pattern, with this being the left shoulder, and then if we go upwards towards potentially the breakup point, that being the right shoulder. Of course, if we indeed bottom out here, let's just imagine that for a while, then we could potentially do some sort of a trend line like that, and then the market would potentially go upwards. And then indeed, if we trade lower and trade below the trend line, we could have this massive head and shoulders pattern triggered. That would suggest a 14% decline. And that would, in essence, sort of suggest that on a break to the trend line, we could decline pretty much to the 2019 low. So this is something to pay attention to. And it's something that could be used as well as a guide. I know a lot of you guys don't necessarily trade the China A50. I traded it a few times before, but it's always easier many times to trade maybe the pound yen or euro yen, things like that, that are highly liquid and open most days. Well, it's actually open from Sunday evening until Friday evening. That's usually sort of the preferred markets to sort of trade. But we can still use information from the China A50 to sort of get an indication of what may happen. Now, obviously, this is global politics. People change positions really, really quickly. Things can go from really bad, like it is right now, to really good. Donald Trump may easily just tweet in a few hours' time and say, look, guys, we shake hands. We're all friends now. We're going to have some sort of a deal. And that could, again, sort of cause that push to go upwards. But if there's nothing conclusive, and we don't have any sort of deal at all, again, I think what could happen is that we could either just continue to trade lower, but from a trading and technical perspective, you know, I would look to get out here because we reached a target. But then what may happen over the next few weeks, again, is that if we have a bounce, the market might go up. Now, I wouldn't be shorting at the creation of that right shoulder, but alternatively, or what I think is more valuable is if we need to go up and then go lower when we start to take out these levels, that is when it becomes really, really interesting. Okay, this concludes today's market update. Don't forget to subscribe to our videos for more setups like this. Over the last few days, I've been sharing a bunch of good setups that have been playing out relatively good, like the Aussie dollar yen and pound yen. So very straightforward. If you're watching this on Twitter or maybe somewhere else, just go to our YouTube channel by just clicking on the link on top, and then in the right bottom there's a subscribe button. Now, if you don't have a YouTube account, I fully understand that you don't. I didn't have my own YouTube account until I actually started to produce videos like this. Now, the benefit of the YouTube accounts is that you can subscribe, so you get emails when we publish new content. Also, as you know, we do a webinar at 9:30 a.m. London time at the ATFX UK channel, and when you have your own login, you can actually ask questions about the markets as I'm doing my live webinar. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this little market update, and if you have any questions, you know where to reach me. Thank you.